Hello everyone,
Hello, hello.
welcome. Hello Neko, how are you?
Yeah, very good. But as clumsy as I am, I sprained my left wrist this time. So a few weeks ago, I was with a brace at my right wrist, and now at my school we had two big project days, like kind of like the culture fairs you see in Japanese anime. But instead of the class organizing something, we organize workshops. And uh, in our giant gym, we had to roll out mats to protect the floor because an acting group came on stage and I just did a very wrong movement. This went 90 degrees.
You got a talent there.
Yes.
Then it's good that tonight I am playing the game, so no problems.
Yes. This version.
Not one, not
Okay,
that
this
one.
one.
No way.
This
uh,
one. Oh, wrong
no,
game.
later. We'll get there. But regarding your versions, I also just ordered the DS version because I didn't have it in my collection, and I will hunt the Wii one also for the collection because I just realized last week how much I love this game.
Yeah.
And we have here
And
in the back, we have the big box of the first game, the one that we are playing, the remaster version of it. And here I have a sold out copy of the game. It's still
nice.
sealed. I have the game also one more time. It was distributed with a gaming magazine here in Romania back in the early 2000s. And it was an interesting repack of the game because I know for sure that you know that the game had been published on 2 CDs, but my version from the gaming
Two
magazine
CDs even.
was on only 1 CD. So
Nice.
later they repack the game, compress it better, and distribute it only on 1 CD. And this is something I found interesting.
I found it very interesting too. I also want to show, like, here is the Game Boy Advance version, but due to the British Post delaying shit, I'm sorry.
I hope they will publish a big box. I really hope this for the new game and maybe also for the remaster. I don't know.
I highly doubt that.
You never know.
Personally.
You've seen on Discord that I just ordered the big box version of Baldur's Gate 3, which
Belgium
makes
thanks
you
you for your
proud.
contribution.
Yeah. And I was
Oh
thinking
yeah.
how good it will be that if we'll have a big box for the new Broken Sword. We'll see. It will be something really
And the
nice.
final thing I can show, I have a new Switch game physically.
Okay, I seen it, and you'll also see it on the Romanian channel, the next video. It will be present there. So, last time we started the remaster version, we played the first chapter with Nico, and also the first chapter or prologue with George, the usual start of the classic game. And now we are also playing a new chapter with Nico. We are at the beginning of the chapter. I'm saying a new one because it's present only on the remaster version or the director's cut, let's say.
Yeah.
How it's called.
So soon we will have Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the director's cut, the remastered version. Just lengthening your titles.
We'll have the director's cut reforged version, or
Yeah.
how is the name of the new one?
And before they drop a third character in just to prolong the story.
That will be fun. Okay, let's go to the game. I will help you see better, Nico. Nico, sorry, Neko.
Thank you, George. I mean, Clement.
This is not what I remember.
No,
Being the
and
last.
I think in audio testing now I notice for the Discord share you lowered the volume for the game. That's perfect, but the volume on the share is not that high anymore.
So you want the game louder?
Yeah, but only on the share. On the stream it was fine.
Okay.
I think that was a Discord setting if memory serves me correctly.
Okay, now it's better. No, now it's better.
Just bump
Sorry.
it.
Like this.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
That's a lot better.
Okay.
Hey, is it? Hold on, go to the menu. I never noticed the button. Purchase music?
Okay, I will not click it now because I don't want to exit the game. But you can try it if you want. Maybe it's something new. They keep updating these first two games I've seen.
Yeah, maybe it's like a DLC pack, like all the games do, like purchase soundtrack.
Yeah, okay, let's see.
My old table had seen better days. I was beginning to know how it felt.
What's she doing there?
Just writing on
Okay.
Notepad. I don't remember. I think Nico was called out somewhere.
You don't remember the ending. I don't remember
It was
all
a
this
photograph of my
chapter.
father, the first one I ever took, with the first camera he ever bought me.
I have vague memories, though.
No messages for me.
You know, she does a TikTok dance.
You have no messages.
No, I'm not giving up.
Ooh.
The stream is down because of copyright strike. No, I'm only joking.
We don't care about this. I mean, in the term that we are not monetized, so we are not stressed about this.
The box was one of the few things my father left me. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Cochon's.
Some reason I thought that box
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key.
was more relevant in the third game, if memory serves me correctly, but my memory has holes, it seems.
Okay.
It was the drawing room key. It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact.
Should we try this one?
Something we never know.
Or use
The
the
box was carved by my...
elephant?
It was the
Why
beautiful
not?
elephant my father had carved.
Nico says doesn't even acknowledge we tried it. With a stone,
safe
of course.
key.
Let's smash it open.
No, I don't think it's this one.
I don't think we have the item to open it at the moment.
We have something else here.
Nope, not really.
My first teddy. Never had a boyfriend as loyal as him.
I'm sorry, I just find those lines amusing always.
It was my neighbor, the so-called psychic.
Mademoiselle Collard.
Oh, hello there. Don't tell me. I'm going to meet a tall, dark man.
No, I don't think so. Why would you say that?
Oh, just a wild guess.
Anyway, your cousin's female and very pretty.
What?
Your cousin from Marseille, how could you forget her so soon? She was only in your apartment yesterday.
Ah, really?
Such a charming young girl.
Isn't she? And in my apartment, you say?
She let herself in, of course. She's got a key.
Suddenly, everything made sense. My apartment had been bugged. That was how Plantard knew all about my article. How did I know? Because the only cousin I have is a sweet little guy called Jean-Marc, who runs a patisserie in Le Touquet. These people were determined, which meant they were also very dangerous.
The hint is in the title of the game.
I suppose she'd forgotten which apartment was mine.
Oh, Miss Collard, you're a mind reader. That's just what she said.
Oh, I bet it was. Well, I'd better be going. See what my sweet cousin's been getting up to.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Okay, let's clarify one mistake that you did last time regarding the portraits being present in the original. They are not present in the original, so it's something only on the director's cut version.
I did a whoopsie there. I did a dum-dum there. I acknowledged it right away that when you showed me a screenshot, that I just had a hole in my memory, and Mandela effect affected the portraits in the original version in my head.
I just wanted to correct ourselves.
Yeah, that's fair, and I acknowledge and I explain why I was wrong. I
Just
Mandela
your average
affected.
modern art retaining wire.
Please do not finger the wires. They are high-tension titanium-coated wires, especially imported from Birmingham, in England.
This guy was either into art or wire, or both.
If they were to become freed, this superb piece of kinetic engineering would topple and fall. At the same time, the force of the recoil would take your eye out.
I remember
It
this
was held
puzzle.
in place by wires. Maybe it wasn't art after all. Maybe it was a cell phone transmitter.
I would be obliged if you...
Okay.
I remember this.
A bored-looking gendarme sat staring at the sculpture. Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Can I ask what you're doing?
I am guarding the scene of a terrible and heinous crime.
Yeah, this statue. Tell me about it.
Au contraire, mademoiselle. This statue is a pure and visionary statement, a comment upon man's self-imposed isolation within a debased societal framework.
Not a crime, then.
What?
The only crime you will find here is the murder of the great Monsieur Cachon.
No. How dramatic.
I know. Here in this very building, no less. It is top secret, but according to Cachon's wife, the killer was dressed as a mime. Police believe there was an accomplice, a young female journalist. Even as we speak, she is being hotly pursued up and down the land. No stone is being left unturned.
Good place to look for a journalist, officer.
We police are no fools.
Evidently.
Ooh.
Why would a mime kill Monsieur Cachon?
He was a hired killer, I expect. Everybody knows mimes don't leave prints.
You must be quite an aficionado of modern art.
Au contraire, I adore it. In fact, I dabble myself.
Oh, really? I used to dabble myself, but I managed to quit in the end.
Okay, let's check all of them.
Ever seen one of these?
I like
Not
the
since I
replay.
was a boy. My father taught me how to whittle using a metal cylinder like that.
I bet that kept you quiet.
Indeed it did. I never talked to him again. He died before I finished.
No. I'd be crazy to show him the paper with the code.
Tell me, Neko, you are doing like this when you play point and clicks? Just to see all the
And honestly,
dialogue.
I'm the small. I'm sometimes the small guy who just saves in front of every dialogue tree. Since some point and click games are so nasty that if you show them and you think like common sense, they are not gonna show it because story reason, and then they show it and give you a fucking game over.
Is not the case here.
Thankfully,
But you can skip some dialogues if you.
I think it was the case in Broken Sword 3 or 4.
We'll see.
I think
Ever see symbols like these?
Only at the bottom of a bottle, mademoiselle. Ha! You see what I did there? I always find a little humor breaks the ice at a crime scene. Don't you agree?
I knew better than to show him a safe key. Ever seen anything like this?
Oh, that's good. That's very good. You have talent, my dear. This is clearly your medium.
a splotched
What do you think
handkerchief.
of this boat ticket?
Mademoiselle, if you think taking me on a boat trip down the Seine is going to get me into bed with you, then you are mistaken. I have been trained to resist women offering boat tickets, and men too. We are up to date on gender issues, you know.
Holy shit! I think this is a new line even.
New
I don't think.
in terms of
gender-
what? Because the entire chapter is new.
No. I mean, something about gender issues wasn't in the original director's cut. I think.
Maybe you
Or
didn't
maybe
encounter
I'm
it.
reading in too much on what's going on lately.
What do you think of my elephant?
A poor piece, to be honest. Derivative, crude. Forget about it.
Oh, really? I was just wondering where I should stick it.
Somewhere that doesn't get much light.
That's just what I was thinking.
Oh my
No.
fucking god!
Take a look at the shell case.
My God, this must be from the gun that killed him.
Are you sure? I think it is from an army field gun.
Ah, yes, of course. The size, that's the giveaway, isn't it?
How would you like a nice air clip like this?
I must warn you, mademoiselle, that I have been trained to resist such improper advances.
I love these games that have recorded dialogue for every crazy
Yeah,
thing that you try to do that doesn't relate with the
true.
problem.
Meanwhile,
hand.
I'm
How was Mr. Cauchon
also.
killed?
He was shot in cold blood with a gun.
Why was he dressed as a mime?
I have my own theory. Either he was mad,
Oh,
or he was a real mime, trying to throw us all off the scent by cunningly not wearing a disguise.
how long have you been in the police force?
All my life, mademoiselle.
It shows.
Thank you.
So, meanwhile, I'm turning pages in the manual for the DS version, and I noticed differences between the PC version and the DS version, obviously, but to exit out of conversations, there is like a green arrow icon I haven't noticed on the PC.
The smashed window hadn't been repaired yet. There was just a sheet of flimsy plastic over it.
Okay. So maybe we should do something with this one, but I have no idea now. Maybe later.
Yeah, I have a vague memory, and I think I don't know if how much spoiler this is, but I have a vague memory of Nico climbing that sculpture as a ladder to prove something to herself.
Okay, but I guess it's later. Let's explore more
Yeah,
now.
There was a small door set into the entrance gates, but nothing to say who lived there. The door was locked.
I'll be right back in a second. I noticed I left my drink in my kitchen.
It was the kind of ancient phone beloved of French workmen. I was surprised they still use them. I didn't need to call anyone. The workman looked about as eager and helpful as your average road digger. Hello, could I ask you some questions?
That depends. Are you a cop?
No, I'm a journalist.
Bit late, aren't you? They already took away the body.
I'm doing a follow-up on this story. Have the police finished with the crime scene?
What does it look like? I got orders to board up the windows, and that's what I'm doing.
So the body's been removed?
I certainly hope so, or it'll stink to high heaven when they take down these boards.
Shouldn't you check?
Are you kidding? They don't pay me enough to put up boards, let alone check for dead bodies.
Do you like this clothing?
It's the kind of thing you pick up for a couple of euros at Les Puces de Saint-Ouen.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
What do you think I am? A plumber?
We.
Do you know this man?
He looks like a nasty piece of work. I had an uncle who was with the fascists, but we never talk about him.
What happened to him?
How should I know? We never talk about him.
Man, I think this was the fact that he said that we are thinking he is a plumber. It's a trope to Mario, I guess, because he's dressed like Mario.
It's on tvtropes.org.
He wouldn't be interested in a substitution cipher. Look at this secret message.
Very nice. But it's not secret now, is it? It's just a message.
Would you recognize this?
That is the key to a safe. A Warren special, if I'm not mistaken.
He wouldn't be interested. Do you know how I could get the paint out of this cloth?
What do you think this is? Household Tips Week?
What do you think of my shell case?
Are you in the scrap business?
Of course not.
Pity. I've got some rubbish just like that I need to get rid of.
Would you like this hair clip?
What do you take me for? Some kind of a pervert?
You see this ticket?
Are you trying to bribe me?
No.
I don't blame you, of course. Good-looking fella like me.
I'm so glad they didn't give him an Italian accent.
You're doing a fine job.
Damn right I am. You should be writing about me, not that idiot that got blown up.
The heroes who pick up the pieces when disaster strikes.
Exactly.
Well, give me your best smile and maybe I'll put your picture in the article.
Oh, right. Just give me a minute to do my hair.
Hello?
Yes,
I need to take some more pictures.
of course. My pleasure. Just give me a moment.
The fact you can do this means you can.
The police have removed the body, but nothing else looked disturbed. A panel had been blown away, revealing a gap From this angle, I could see that something had been lodged in the gap behind the pipes.
Okay.
Think maybe we have an item.
Behind the table were some damaged pipes. There was nothing of interest beyond some bloody debris. Voila! The police and forensic teams had missed a vital piece of evidence. Some kind of pouch. On the pouch was the cross symbol of Corsair's organization. I was on the right track.
What's it? Oh, I thought, yeah, we were thinking the same thing.
Okay, I guess that's all here.
It seems so.
Oh,
On the pouch was the cross symbol. Inside the pouch were two items. A strange metallic artifact and a letter in some kind of code.
Here we go again.
okay. One moment.
Something too dark?
Exactly. I forgot about this. Okay, much better.
Another coded message using the same cipher system. So, Plantard was involved with Cauchon.
Okay,
Okay.
here we go again.
Yes. So let me think along.
Let's start with this one. Let's see if it's 2. Man, this is harder.
The first and the last one are names. That's for sure. And if I look at it, neither Pierre or Garçon are the names, since the first word and the last word aren't long enough.
You have any idea? I'm not sure it's correct what I did. Yeah.
2 is a perfect start for a sentence. To do something. But then a verb with 4 letters. And with the same 2 ending letters.
I'm thinking about if it's the same coding like in the first one, but we didn't kept any evidence. And anyway, it was made.
I would highly doubt that. I could look it up, but that would spoil me.
No. We'll do it.
So
I don't think it's 2 here. Could be if. You want to try with if to see what it reveals? Okay.
But either if it's 2 or if it's if, I'm looking to the word next to it. It's letter, double letter.
Which is this one?
The weird looking E after if. Yeah?
But
I
I don't think.
call.
But this one, you want to try here? Call.
Call. Yeah.
Okay. Could be. So
Okay, the F is wrong for sure. I would change back to 2.
Okay.
2 call.
To call. But you have any idea what what could be here? That's
And
that
R.
that's the reason I dropped the 2.
Maybe make instead of 2, make it or.
Then it's not call or call. It's not
No,
a
no.
good.
Or call such and such.
But it's not a good start of a sentence, in my opinion.
No.
You want to do like this?
Yeah.
I don't see what you're up to, but let's try it.
The reverse C is an A. The fourth character on the second row.
This one?
No. Oh no. Sorry, I'm wrong. No, on the first line, LLR. That can't. That's not. Fuck this.
Something is wrong for sure. I don't think it's order.
The word you circled earlier now can be 4.
Which one? 4?
one, yeah.
This one? Oh, yeah, that could be.
But I already see on the first line we fucked up.
It's not good because of this one.
Yeah.
This could be.
Look at the first line. That could be an S.
Yeah, exactly. So let's. So neither or F are correct.
Let's just change it into an S and let's take it from there. No.
No, I don't think it's or there. Because
agreed, but let's change letters one by one. That's how I would take these kind of puzzles.
This could be A. No, it's not A. Is could be I.
I would love to know the character your mouse pointer is currently at. That would break open this puzzle.
Yeah.
My cat wants outside. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Okay.
Let me try something. No. Yeah. Let's try this one.
The O is wrong. Because I don't directly know a word that has a known O. Maybe that 3-letter word there is sun.
Okay.
No, not sun as in the celestial
Okay.
body, as in
But this
you have a
then
daughter.
okay, but this means that we don't
S-O-N.
SO.
O-N, yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Fuck. And chat is quiet today, so we don't have any hints from chat.
uh, that's a harder one.
Yeah, obviously. TN, it can't be the last word. It has to be to or it or is.
Yeah, so let's N could be in there.
No, because look at the almost the middle row underneath call.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
It's already used, yeah. So it's not N also there.
Yeah. And I think it's not call, since a 2-letter word starting with a C in English. Abbreviations, a lot. But words? Especially starting a sentence?
Hmm. You want to try their sun?
Yeah, no, we tried that.
No,
That's not
here,
working.
sun. We didn't
No,
try.
we tried that. We tried that.
We try sun, not sun, as the.
Oh, yes. But the N wasn't working.
Yeah.
The N, what even is that? LN in the first line.
Yeah, it's not correct.
Yeah. Sin. No. A sin. Oh no, the N is still incorrect.
Yeah.
Sin.
I don't think it's Esther, but it couldn't be something else.
Why did we yeah, okay.
Because of this.
No, it can be a D. From wood.
I don't see why is a space between this word and S or what is there. That's
it
strange.
can be a possessive.
I don't see anything else than S at the moment, so let's concentrate on something else.
Yeah, instead of S, it can be a D, but I'm looking in my head for a 3-letter word with a D.
Oh man, it's so strange. It's let's you are sure it's call here? Let's try this one. Another word.
I'm throwing things to the wall, my man. I'm throwing things to the wall.
You want to try wall?
You know, why the fuck not?
So, okay. I don't know.
Could you exit the letter for a moment? And we have a character sheet somewhere. Exit the letter for a moment. I want to see the names again.
Uh,
No, open La Liberté. Oh, god damn it. Okay, go to the letter.
you mean it's you want to try
No,
the name? No? Platon?
another name. Yeah. That fits.
Mm,
Another coded so.
where? Here you want?
Yeah, that's Plantard. That can be Plantard.
You count the letters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we already.
No, you're mixing up your T and N, I think. T should be the fifth letter in that name.
And now it's N.
Yeah, now it's an N. So N, T, A, or D. Plantard Pierre killed.
Yeah, could be.
Because we found this at the cafe where another guy was killed.
Okay. It's correct. Everything is correct. Until now. Murdered. Ah, murderer.
Yeah.
Must came. Yeah, let's see. No. Oh, yes. No.
No.
It's not came.
Must follow trail from.
Followed trail.
Yeah.
So F. It's F here.
And then grammatically is have. Must have follow trail from.
Okay. Correct. Have.
Followed.
Trail from Arno and
Yamada, because later in the letter it's chair, and that's French almost cherry.
like with this, like this.
Yeah.
Now this could be C here.
Yeah.
This is G.
We must be vigilant. We must be vigilant.
Plantard.
Fucking hell.
Murderer must have followed trail from Arno and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her, and for Canchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell the story, whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
It was a broken sword. And roll credits.
Okay, so now we are really done here.
I assume so.
Hey, what about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Hello. They should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had fooled him easily enough. And found the evidence the police had missed.
Now we haven't investigated the other thing.
One moment, I think we still have some dialogue with him.
Yes.
Tell me, are you related to the workman I saw digging the ore?
Don't talk to me about flobage. Pah!
Okay.
He just won a fortune on the horses and he won't give me a cent.
Well, it's his money.
When he was broke, he was happy to touch me for a loan. Brothers should look after each other, he used to say. He's changed his tune, now he's brassed up.
Okay.
Au revoir.
That metal object, we haven't...
The artifact had a sword laid across scales. There was a picture of Lady Justice on the locked panel, in the room below the conciergerie.
I was about to say that.
The strange metal artifact I found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the quayside.
Ile de la Cité. That's how you would say it in French. Ile de la Cité. It has been quite some time, but my French is decent, but it's we say in Dutch, it has a lot of hair on it. Why are you doing that?
I don't know, this one is closed now.
You know, you whipped it open with the shell, the gun shell. Think it's still the same.
I forgot.
I needed a gap for leverage.
Yeah, we need to do something else before.
Oh yeah, no, you need to put the shell under there, put the
Yeah.
stone thing in the thing, and then do the thing with the thing to whip the thing.
No, not this one.
Yeah, no. You
Not
need
this
to put
one?
the shell casing. Yeah, the shell casing. First, you need to reach up the cross, then put shell casing underneath.
Ah, yeah. Okay, I remember now. Okay.
No,
No, not this one.
not that one. Same line, other side. Okay. And now we have Lady Justice again.
Okay.
hold on. Before you click further, I noticed an Easter egg for another game.
Okay.
The CPU names of Intel almost are named for Alan Wake. It was so close. Cauldron Lake. And your CPU is the Alder Lake. It was so bloody close.
My CPU is Klamat. I mean, sorry, my older CPU. I was thinking about my nickname. Yeah, that's correct. So we need to
That
use
wasn't
here
going to help.
I assume
this one.
so.
Should be.
Yeah.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too. A photograph had been torn up.
Ah, these
If I
puzzles.
could just arrange the pieces.
Okay.
Okay.
Thankfully, we are not playing this on a controller.
Mm.
Eh? On this version, it was doable. On this version, it was horrible. That puzzle.
No, this one. Man, we have background noise. Can you stop your microphone for a bit? Or is
And
from the
even
game?
Moving.
No, to stop it at all. I don't know where we have this. You don't hear it? Okay, it's not from you.
I can make some background noise if you want to.
Okay.
That little fluorescent light sounding thing, that's the game.
Okay.
Now, I also played a lot of hidden object games, and I have to tell you, this puzzle is one of the most favorite puzzles of the people who create hidden object games.
Man, I don't play at all hidden object games. I avoid them.
They can be sometimes quite a lot of fun, to be honest.
I don't know.
But you need to be for them. I totally understand why people dislike them or are not fond of them.
I mean, they are too budget games, sometimes too casual also. So
Yeah.
I mean,
can
you know
understand
some
that.
games, you played a lot of them. You know some good from the point of story. I mean,
Yes, I need to dig into my collection, but I know a few.
interesting.
Adera is one that comes to mind. That one I finished on the Microsoft Surface tablet, the bloody first tablet, the first generation.
Oh my god. It can't be.
It's Papa.
There was no doubt about it. It was a picture of my father. Papa? Oh God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything, but not this. My father, the one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Cachon, while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it. I realized that I desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
Okay, so it was from the game, that noise.
Now, I am translating parts of this game in my head in French, and I don't know why. My French isn't that good, and the English voice acting is top-notch. So, pourquoi? Pourquoi je suis en... Pourquoi je traduire en français? En français, c'est ni bien. So...
Bonjour, monsieur.
We are on
Would
Paris,
you like
so...
me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good. It only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
That's a burn, but that's correct.
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity?
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
Oh dear.
Do you recognize this nose?
No, monsieur.
Yes, on your
What
face.
can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
What can you tell me about this tissue?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What do you make of this tool?
Is it something a dentist would use?
Oh my god.
No, it's for raising manhole covers.
Formidable.
Formidable.
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My oh
Oui.
my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know? How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
I think, if I remember correctly, she reappears in Broken Sword 2.5.
Oh,
and
really?
I think they recast the same voice actress.
But
I'm going off very vague memories here, so don't take what I just said for a fact.
that was a fun project. How could they recast her?
How could the Chalk Eaters make a song with the about Valve not being able to count to 3 and cast the original voice actor for GLaDOS?
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fix it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. Your young lady, she deserves better.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man. Tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with a hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Mademoiselle Collard?
No, monsieur.
He has a
later.
boyfriend.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Yeah,
Remembering
plotline
the
and
flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock. Hi.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George.
How did he get in?
Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers underneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck. Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
My editor told me to drop this story. Can you believe it?
But you're not gonna do that.
Oh no. I'm going to find out what's behind these killings. It just doesn't add up. It almost feels like some sort of conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
Well, that covers just about everyone.
Exactly. In current world climate.
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe. Here, George. It's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh, no?
Take a close look at his right cheek.
A scar in the shape of a horseshoe.
Or a crescent moon.
A horseshoe, rather.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, what's this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross, George. It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume. I found this tissue down the sewer.
That's disgusting, George.
No. I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use, or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Oh, of course I am. I think it was very brave of you to go down those sewers.
Yeah? Well, it was kind of scary, but, well, I had a job to do.
It's a shame the text boxes appear above the characters' their head sometimes.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arnaud Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it, millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium.
How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman,
Okay.
a penguin, and now a clown.
I had been about to add mine to the list, but stopped myself. I really didn't want to have to explain to George about my father's involvement with Cachon.
You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you this, I will not be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance for a big break.
Or an early death.
I
Tell me
love
more
the
about
dry British
yourself.
humor.
There's nothing much to tell.
Well, how'd you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought me my first camera. I was 8, and my parents had just split up.
Did you live with your father?
Yes. My mother went off with her new boyfriend. I didn't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted me to study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
As somebody
I
who
have to
works
go.
in an art
Okay,
school,
I'll see you later.
what Nico said that earlier kinda hit close to home. As in, I know some students who don't have a lot of cash at home, and just hearing her say that, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. How's your girlfriend?
She's not my girlfriend.
Maybe not yet, but I see your paths entwined in the future.
I doubt it. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Oh, what a hunk.
He's a killer.
I can see that. His eyes say it all.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
That was an animation jump if I have seen one.
This is one of the pictures they used to show the remaster, the reforged version. I don't know if you've seen how it looks. I mean, you can
I'm quickly gonna...
you can check. It's exactly this moment of the game. This when you enter here.
Yeah.
They didn't put too many images of the remake.
Looking...
It's it should be on their website.
True, because the reveal trailer doesn't say a lot about the reforged one.
I don't think it had a...
It has.
Yeah? Okay.
On their YouTube channel. But
It
on
was
their
an antique
YouTube channel,
phonograph, the
it's...
kind you have to wind by hand.
I'm going to their website.
Oh, God.
The guy's spoon-shaped face was mournful and humorless. He looked like a vegetarian in a slaughterhouse.
I
Excuse
just
me.
went to their
Bonjour,
website.
monsieur. Please, come in. Welcome. Leave the
And they are
mundane
selling
world
new
behind.
merch.
But in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't want a costume.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Not that I remember.
Incredible! You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
Okay, how this game hits me twice quite close to home, as in, as you guys all know, I live in Belgium. My hometown in Belgium is Aalst. Now, in Belgium and Aalst, something is very, very popular, and that's our carnival. I'm not going into the whole controversy of a few years ago with one of our fleets and UNESCO and yada yada yo, because I wanted to talk about something what this character talked about a moment earlier about wearing your sister's lingerie. Now, my hometown in the past was actually a factory town. And factory workers back then here in Belgium were very, very, very poor. So what they used to do was go to their grandmother's house or their mother's house and just take off the curtains from the top floors or from the cellar, excuse me, or take lampshades and everything, or lingerie of their sister to make their own clothes. And now you have like in our dialect it's called the voljanitten, or the basically exaggerated cross-dressing, but really exaggerated cross-dressing. It's and when I hear things like that in games, I always have to giggle.
Yeah, but I don't think it's relevant exactly to this. I mean, it has a small connection because it's doing the same thing. But I remember when I was younger that I dressed in my mother's dresses. So, and then my sister wanted to dress in my clothes. So I think it's something really usual. I mean, it's happening.
Yeah, I can see that.
When you are a kid. I mean. Okay, let's ask about the notes.
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see how I can help.
Don't you keep a record of costumes that you've rented out?
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then I'd like to check your records. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
Impossible. There are too many.
Do you recognize this man?
Oui, monsieur. I sold him some grease paint.
Does this dirty tissue mean anything to you?
Let me smell that. Bestheimer's number 7 white pancake.
Theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Thespian accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize this man?
Sorry.
Oui, that is the man. I remember
Huh?
the scar on his face. He chose 2 costumes. Bozo the clown and Seamus the pixie.
A pixie?
Very smart. Green silk with a taffeta lining. He gave me his name as Monsieur Khan.
Now,
what does this tool mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
The reason I sometimes start laughing is I have an affinity for the dry British humor, and like the toucan, I immediately know that they were also throwing a joke at a bird in there. Silly British humor. Love it to pieces.
Have you heard of a man named Plantile?
I do not recall anyone of that name.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Huh? Well, okay. What are you trying to do, kill me?
You did not find it amusing?
I never saw the funny side of electroshock therapy.
Eh bien, it is yours to keep. A gift?
Do I need a license?
No, but I give you a word of warning, monsieur. What? Remember to switch it off before you visit the toilet.
It was the shake and shock buzzer I'd been given by the man in the costume shop.
Hit him back with it. Hit him back with it.
Okay.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you want this buzzer back?
No, you keep
can.
it.
Are you sure this is the same man who hired the clown suit?
Certainement, Monsieur K.
Okay, I
Thanks for your help,
will.
buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur.
I will save here. Oh, nice. So it's showing you that you are done, and you cannot go back to that location. This was a thing in the original also.
I am not going to try
Okay.
to say that.
Okay.
I think so, yes.
Okay. This scene reminds me of Gabriel Knight 1, if you played it.
Watch the video on it.
You should play it. Maybe you'll play it together. We have also the remake of the game available.
Yeah, but I am suggesting trace memory also. But
Yeah, of course. I didn't say like playing it immediately.
no, I didn't understand it like that.
It was Rosso's sidekick, Sergeant Moo. Excuse me, Sergeant.
What do you want now?
It's the first
I
time we're
found
talking.
this red nose in the sewer.
What were you doing down there?
Fishing for clues. That's where the clown went.
You still insist you saw a clown, monsieur?
Of course. And this novelty nose proves it.
It will take more than a plastic proboscis to convince Inspector Rousseau.
You don't want this as evidence, then?
Certainly not, monsieur.
Would you like to shake my hand, Sergeant?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur. The gesture could be misconstrued.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur.
It's the guy who bombed the cafe. The clown.
This man looks nothing like a clown.
He's taken off his grease paint and costume.
Then there is nothing to link this man with the killing.
Nothing? Look at those murderous eyes.
Hardly likely to get him convicted.
What do you suppose this tool is used for, Sergeant Moo?
It looks like something an obstetrician would use, monsieur.
It was with tools like this that the clown made his escape.
I don't understand.
He opened up the hole and disappeared into the bowels of the earth.
If you say so, monsieur.
Do you know a man named Khan? He's a shifty-looking guy with a scar on his right cheek.
No, monsieur. Has this man any connection with the bombing of the cafe?
Yes. I believe Khan was the name he used when he hired the clown costume. Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur. It's Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
Hi, Inspector. Remember me?
But of course, Doctor. My mind is a well-ordered faculty. A mental classification system that's the envy of the Bibliothèque Nationale. No tricks, mark you, monsieur. Just exercise. Just as our muscles waste through inactivity, so our minds decay. But there is no need. If only people would learn to exercise their wits daily.
If he was trying to impress me, it worked. He was pompous and patronizing, but he had style.
Eh bien, if you called about the bombing, you're too late. Investigations have been closed.
But
I've been taken off the case.
what about the murderer, the dead guy?
It is out of my hands.
Don't you want to know what I found out about the killer?
I told you, monsieur, the case is closed. I have washed my hands of the whole affair.
Then I'll have to continue my investigations without your help.
No. You must forget the business of the clown completely. Go back to being an ordinary tourist, Stobard.
Did you find out the
he's
ID of the
involved,
guy
maybe?
who was killed in the explosion?
I already knew who he was.
I heard that the bomb victim's name was Plantar.
Your sources are reliable.
He was a big shot at the Treasury, wasn't he? Maybe that's why you've been taken off the case.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I cannot comment.
So long, Inspector.
Wasn't the book in front of the police station important?
The police station or the police officer? In front of the police?
Officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll try it
Do you
now.
recognize this dirty tissue?
No, monsieur, I do not.
I found it in the sewer.
Perhaps it would be better if you put it back there.
No way. This could be an important clue.
If you say so, monsieur.
See you later, Sergeant. It was just some police paperwork, a search warrant.
Okay.
It was a public telephone.
Okay. Let's use it.
And before we need money for that.
Hello? Who is this?
Mr. Todrick?
Oh, it's you again. What now?
The man I'm looking for is called Khan. He bought a suit from you, remember?
Mr. Khan. Yes, I remember him. Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel. The hotel...
Oh, yeah!
I don't remember the room number. It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown.
Can we take a 2-minute break? And I want to put some medication for my wrist on my wrist.
Okay. I will make a save. Okay, I will take 1 minute break to refill.
There we go. Some cream on the wrist. Oh man. It's not really fun because it's right on that spot where if you sit down for office work, it's right where you put your wrists for So now, yeah, I'm so glad that these kind of things exist. And I'm also glad it's not as painful like my other wrist last time. Since last time I had to cancel my writing, and now that I had some busy weeks, I had to cancel my writing 3 weeks in a row. So I really want to write this weekend. And I have a very nice article in mind. It's going to be about Cult of the Lamb, and I said it every week, but I'm really gonna write it. And I'm not gonna reveal too much about it, but if memory serves me correctly, I think I have written on my blog right over here. I have written about some Broken Sword games, so I'm not going off topic. I think Lemmet went and go to get some coffee, but I'm not gonna take some coffee right now. I have something with if I take pain medication and coffee, that's not doing my body any favors. So, are we enjoying the stream so far? I really am. The reason why I'm sometimes so silent is because I'm just reliving the game. And I'm so glad I can do that with a good friend. So, as I was saying, the reason why I'm sometimes so silent is I'm reliving the game again, reliving the memories. And it's a fun way now that I can relive it with a good friend. So.
Oh, thank you, Neko. Okay, so I'm drinking some orange juice with my coffee tonight.
What a strange combination!
Oh, I always like orange juice with coffee. I mean, not in the same recipient.
I have seen people drinking hot cocoa with their coffee, but
no, that's a bit stranger, I would say. I know the Italians drink their coffee with a glass of water.
No, with coffee.
No, with water. I mean, you have in every restaurant that you enter, if you order coffee, you also get a glass of water.
I'm so glad I have cream for my wrist, but anyhow.
Okay, you are old.
I'm only 30 years old. I'm back in my day.
Oh, I remember this one.
Yeah, me too. It's a fun section. It's a really fun section.
The man looked like an amiable Bigfoot. Excuse me.
Yeah?
You ever meet a guy called Plantar?
No, I ain't.
You missed your chance. If you're quick, you'll catch him at the coroner's. Do you happen to know a guy named Khan?
That ain't nobody I know.
Are you a clown?
Nah.
Oh, rats. Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
No, I ain't. Don't tell me I missed him. Oh, that's too bad. I love the clowns, don't you?
I've seen daytime television that was funnier.
I love it when the little guys get hurt.
That figures.
Custard pies, hose pipe down the pants, then smack! A plank in the kisser.
Have you ever seen this clown's nose before?
Nope.
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
Is this a trick question?
No, I simply asked if you recognized him.
Okay then. Nope, I don't.
Do you recognize this tissue? Think carefully now.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
I'm gonna have to hurry you.
ooh.
Time's up, so I'll tell you. It's a used tissue with a liberal dump of Bestheimer's number 12.
If you say so.
Maybe not. See you later.
I really
Not if you
envy the
see me
writers. How they are able to come up with all these different lines.
The guy looked just like a weasel. Excuse me.
Yes?
Will you shake my hand?
Are you joking? Who knows where it has been?
Have you ever seen this clown's nose before?
No.
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
No. I never saw it.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Are you serious?
Oh, yes. Take a good look at the substance it's smeared with.
You are sick. Very sick.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Hard labor.
Do you know a man by the name of Khan?
No, I don't.
It's very important I get to see him, and
I told you. I don't know it.
have you heard of a guy called Plantar?
No. That name means nothing to me.
I'm looking for a clown.
Are you trying to be funny?
No, I really am looking for a clown.
There are no clowns here except you.
Of course.
Okay. May I critique a bit? This voice acting wasn't that good of this guy, because he was always singing at the end. It's like he was
Italian.
yeah, no, but Italians sing in there, sing sometimes a bit when they speak English, but not to this extreme.
I don't know. If I remember the old movies, I think it's something familiar here with how they are depicted in the older English movies, the Italians. So
True,
you need to remember that we are in the 90s, so close to the 80s, 70s, when that movies were released.
In a review, I would say this is overacting.
Well, I still enjoy it because I remember every voice. It's so particular. There are some particular voices which you remember.
I'm not saying it's bad by any means, but this is one of the weakest on the list.
Okay, what it's bothering me is the quality of the recording, but it is what it is. I think they...
Yeah, same here. Sometimes I even noticed when they used a different mic setting.
Yeah, it's a mess. But I wonder why they didn't try to clean it a bit, because you have all kinds of tools now to clean the voices.
Something rushing.
Or maybe they didn't have all the tools needed back when it was released, the remaster, because they are about 10 years ago is the release, or even longer. And the budget also. Okay.
I mean, in all the years they exist now, they haven't released too many games.
Yeah. They said that also the budget is a problem for the is the cause for their decision to redo the artwork for the remaster with the AI. Okay.
The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight. I recognized the guy. It was the Nobel Prize winner from the country whose name I couldn't pronounce. Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Man, do me a favor and check on IMDb there if this actress was also in Gabriel Knight 3, because it's unbelievable. It's, I don't think someone could act identical. And we'll see.
I just couldn't bring myself to use the buzzer on this dear lady. Do you know what this is?
At a guess, I'd say it was a clown's nose.
That's right. It was worn as a disguise by a vicious killer.
Good heavens, are you trying to alarm me?
It's true. He uses the name Khan.
I've never heard of the man.
What was her name again?
Lady P something. P, I don't remember now.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest.
Could you show?
Can you think
go
of
to
any
the
use
notepad
for this
next?
tool, ma'am?
Oh, I can
Just
think
to
of
show her
someone
name
I'd like
again.
to use it on.
Okay. I hope it will not activate all the options again.
The woman was obviously English.
No.
She had all the qualities of Bodicea. It wasn't a...
Okay. Here?
Next.
Lady Piermont.
Thank you. That's what I needed.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes, darling.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
What? He played. She played on that one.
As this.
Really? As Nico?
As Nico.
Whoa. So we tried to find something else and we discovered this, but wow. She didn't play on Gabriel Knight 3?
I am still looking into that, but
okay.
Her name is Hazel Ellerby. Also, did you know this lady?
You knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hempstead. That was until last night.
Okay, you're saying?
I was going to say something else, but yeah, this lady, Lady Fairmont, also is going to reappear later into the series.
Okay.
She was in Broken Sword 5. It's the second bullet point on her wiki page.
Nice. But you should try on the movie site on the MBD.
Yeah. I'm scrolling through it, and Broken Sword is the only game work she did.
Okay. Strange. It's so alike.
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Sturbart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
I couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. Do you know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantar's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would. Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
Do you know how little that narrows it down? Being inserted here.
I recognized the guy. It was the Nobel Prize winner from the country whose name I couldn't... Excuse me, didn't I see your picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life? You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
May I shake you by the hand?
I do not shake the hands of imperialist dogs.
Now, that's a real bad attitude problem you've got there.
Clement, let's be honest, he has an Eastern European accent. Where are we gonna place him? I don't think Romania.
No, it's Russia probably.
Or
what
Ukrainian.
does this clown's nose suggest to you?
In my country, we have no use for clowns.
I'm glad to hear it.
They were dealt with most severely in the last cultural cleansing.
What about the mines?
Russian.
Did you get them too?
All gone. Our streets are mime-free.
Sounds like heaven.
But George said that he's from a country that he couldn't pronounce the name of, and I think it's an invented country, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, most likely.
Does this goo-smeared tissue mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Do you recognize this man? He calls himself Khan.
Yes, I know this man. Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective. Have you any idea what this tool might be used for?
I cannot guess.
Would it mean anything if I told you it was for lifting drain covers?
Such technology fills me with wonder.
Wondering why you have in pocket.
He is an enemy of my people.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst other things.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
Have you seen a clown?
I beg your pardon?
The clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England, Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear, with much
Oh, dear
support.
Lord.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
Do you know a guy called Plantow?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh, well, this guy's dead anyhow.
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
I see dead people.
Sure you have.
Everywhere.
Just name a quote.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
So, I looked up something else. Lady Permont, her voice actress, has a new game she's going to be in a moment. Later this year.
This year? Let me think. It's not this year, but in January it's Alone in the Dark. I hope it's not in that one.
No, it's an expansion update for Lord of the Rings.
I didn't play the game.
Me neither.
Neither one, I mean. I have on my list some RPGs from the PlayStation 2 era that I want to play. I remember them, trying them on PC back in the day, but I didn't play too much. But now I want to play them. They are regarded really well.
The clerk wore a disdainful expression, like he'd been born with it. I want some information.
Who are you? The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Hey, shake my hand.
I'd rather not, monsieur.
Damn.
I'm still sore from the shock administered by one of the guests. He was secretly concealing an electrical device in the palm of his hand. Practical jokes are so puerile, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, sure. Do you recognize this red nose?
No, monsieur.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
It's Merlin, isn't it? Alias Khan, the clown.
I told you, I cannot tell you that.
What do you make of this tissue?
Do you wish me to dispose of it for you, monsieur?
Hey, no! It could be useful. I'm holding on to this.
As you wish, monsieur. Perhaps you would like a little plastic baggie to keep it in?
Nah, it's fine the way it is. What do you make of this tool?
Stunning, monsieur. I bet you handle it like a professional.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
Rats. Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
The man who calls himself Khan has a scar on his right cheek.
Vraiment? I tell you, I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not, but I noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the scar. Do you know a man named Plantar?
No, monsieur.
I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so.
Yes, you.
Okay.
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel. There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
Okay.
Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
What?
You were trying to steal that key, no?
No.
Oui.
Way.
On way. Okay.
There was a way to steal the key.
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
Oui, monsieur.
Which room is it for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
I'd like to check into room 21.
That is not possible.
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
I'm not saying a word.
I believe Khan, the man with the scar,
that are our
is
neighbors.
also known as Merlin, the man who has taken room 22.
What of it? What do you want?
Access to his room.
Do you have a license, monsieur?
Huh?
A private investigator's license?
Well, not exactly, but I can explain everything.
I am sorry, but without credentials, I cannot help.
I insist you give me the key to Merlin's room.
I cannot do that, monsieur.
This guy Merlin is a menace.
So you say, monsieur.
He's not only a danger to society, but to your guests as well. He has toyed with the affections of Lady Piermont.
Ciel! Are there no depths to which he will not sink?
Precisely. He's already killed once, twice, maybe as many as 3 times. With your help, I just might be able to stop him.
But what if he finds out I have helped you? No, I cannot do it.
He is a coward. He is a pussy. He's a clown!
Okay. Let's see if we have some new options
Hi,
for
ma'am.
dialogue.
Hello,
Yes,
George. What
you
can I
should.
do for you now?
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Oh no, it's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scouts honor?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case. But a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
I have been through that, and that's not a fun way to experience.
You there? Flunky?
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewellery for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Over to you, my
Exaggerated
dear.
walking.
And now this scene at the hotel reminds me of another game, which is Jack Orlando. Do you know it? It's a point and click also. Unfortunately, it is a very buggy game. You can be in a position to not finish the game because of the
AKA
bugs.
soft locking.
Exactly. But it's a game that I would like to maybe try sometime, maybe on stream also, but we'll need a guide to not soft lock ourselves.
You know, the second game also has an infamous soft locking bug called the Pico bug.
You mean Broken Sword?
Broken Sword 2.
At the end, no? At the end, the puzzle? Or,
Yes.
yeah, I remember something.
The Peruvian or something in the among those lines guide who can not reappear anymore for some reason.
Okay.
I think it's only in the original, not in the remastered version.
Okay. So we'll not have this problem.
The sign on the door read 21. Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Okay. Huh?
A cabinet stood beside the bed.
Man, the graphics are amazing. Even for... I would play any game with this kind of graphics, even if it appears today. But there are not too many.
True.
I mean, I don't know any game with this kind of graphics that it's after 2000. This
I have to think hard too.
Yeah.
Latest Larry comes in. The latest Larry's come in to my mind, but
the newer ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, but I wouldn't say they are. This kind of graphics reminds me of 101 Dalmatians from Disney.
True.
Really, this kind of animations or cartoons, let's say.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did. The cabinet had no drawers, just a single door. The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed. The bed was several times larger than the narrow cot I'd been given at the place I was staying. The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits. It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
Let's make a save.
Clement 07. We are 1/4 into the game.
We have a percentage? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture. The closet was a...
Sorry.
The closet was a solid...
You should be able to interact with that. I think so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, with the other door. What? The fuck?
Let's click here. No? Let's click here.
And you can't scroll or anything to move to the eye icon?
The closet was a solid...
No. It's the same.
The closet was a...
It's something there, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe that one is the other door. I don't know, but there are some closed there.
True.
Okay. Let's continue for the moment.
It was Khan. I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
What? You have pixels showing, George.
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead. But he grabbed his pants quickly and didn't even see me. I didn't usually spy on men getting changed. But this guy was a killer, and I didn't want any surprises. He left his checkered pants on the bed. There was no bulge in the pocket. I had that kind of feeling you only get from searching still warm pants. The pocket was empty. A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch. I wondered if the guy was colorblind. There was nothing in the pocket. I flipped the pants over. It looked like there could be something in this pocket. I found an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. But as I pulled it from the pocket, a strong thread came with it. A thread with a metal tag on the end. I pulled on the metal tag and the thread came out of the pants. It was like pulling out a ripcord. I tried not to think that the assassin's butt had just been in here. I found nothing in the pocket.
The assassin butt.
I turned the pants over again.
Is it the Creed?
The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words Club Alamut.
Okay.
I searched the pocket gingerly and found a pass card. It read Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read Thomas Merlin.
Oh, I know what we can do with that. It's a form of identification.
What now, monsieur?
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe. I can live with that. A murderer? Are you sure?
Positive. Did I show you this pass?
Oui, monsieur.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Ah,
Do
no.
you recognize this key?
That is the property of the Hotel Ubu.
Hotel
Correct.
Ubu.
May I ask how it found its way from the little hook to your pocket?
Would you believe it was put there by a poltergeist?
No, monsieur. The
It was
hotel is
Dot's ghost
regularly
orbs and-
serviced by an exorcist. If we had a ghost, Father Fécond would have flushed it out.
I
Are you
suppose
there?
You want the key back?
Can you hear us?
Spécialement, the room is vacant. Since you are so determined to conduct your little investigation, I won't stop you.
Huh.
Hello again. Do you recognize this card?
No, I do not.
Please continue. I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom.
This is a photo of Khan, right?
That is just one of the names by which he is known.
Does the name on this matchbook mean anything to you?
Indeed it does, for Alamut was the home of the old man of the mountains. You do not know him?
No, I don't. Do you recognize this key?
No, I do not.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes, darling.
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George! Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's the problem?
he isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment. I couldn't leave the hotel with the manuscript. It was probably what those thugs were looking for.
Okay.
I remember
ma'am.
exactly how to solve this.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Yeah, I
No,
guess
no,
I
no.
need to go back to the room and throw it on the alley, no?
Yeah.
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Thankfully, it didn't fall into the sewer grate, or we would have a whole different game.
Let's see if we find here something. Just for fun.
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
Man, here I remember being searched every time, but it seems that if you have the manuscript, you don't. I mean, the game doesn't let you go outside. But if you didn't try to exit the hotel until you have the manuscript, you don't know that you'll be searched for. Basically, it's just a hunch, no?
Indeed.
I mean, 99% of the players exit the hotel before getting the manuscript. Probably, if they don't know what to do or something, they try to do something else, and it works. But like this, it's a bit forced.
Moon
let's
logic?
say.
Close to moon logic, are you saying, or?
I don't know how he could be sure that this is what they wanted. I mean, first you need to be searched one time at least, in my mind.
Yeah, I totally see where you're coming from.
Okay.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed. I couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out. Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, George.
No. No, no. No, you're not gonna shock Nico.
Hey, Nico, shake
Fuck
hands
him.
with me.
No chance, Buster.
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue, a name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir. Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone. A guy in my final year, but it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times, warm and safe in their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his scrolling. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do.
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking?
That's
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the U-Boo.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantar?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
And
I
the shadow.
learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinum mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
A knight with a knife through my...
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall," wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either.
I didn't
There's
like
a guy
Bambi.
working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover. It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
Let's take another... There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
And sides? Yeah.
There's a guy working on a loom.
Okay, how do I exit?
The back arrow at the bottom?
It's not accessible.
There's a guy working on a loom. There's a guy with
Escape
a
button?
sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
No.
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krön Museum. I'll give you the address.
I think this one, Andrei Lobinio, is in more than 2 games. I think he's present even in the last one, if I don't mistake. No?
We are gonna learn to hate and
Yeah,
love this
of course,
guy.
but...
Are you sure you've never heard of Thomas Merlin?
Positive.
I have to go.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino at the Krön Museum.
Of course, you can talk to the lady.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Dare.
No, I wouldn't. I can see the future, remember?
Can you tell me anything about this security pass?
I can tell it doesn't belong to you.
How come?
Give me some credit. If you're an electrician, I'll eat my antirhythms.
You're a remarkably talented lady. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, but I can tell you one thing. There's no such place as the Club à la Moute in Paris.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur, you will.
Time to save. Man, so many other point and click games come into my mind from that period, playing this one.
Yeah, same here. Just point and click games in general. A fun adventure game as well that leans to the point and click side is... Ever heard of Ghost Trick?
Ghost Trick?
Ghost Trick, as in a trick.
Trick? I don't know. I don't know this game.
Amazing.
It's point and click or is first person stuff?
It's not first person, it's a puzzle game. But a puzzle game that point and click players will enjoy.
It's a newer one, no?
Yes and no. It first appeared on the DS. It got remade for Switch.
Hmm. So it's a Nintendo exclusive?
Yes.
Okay, so it has a physical version?
Was a Nintendo exclusive.
Okay.
Yes, I have it in my cupboard here.
So it has only a DS version physical or also a Switch one?
So Switch physical, but it's also on PlayStation and on Steam now.
Nice, nice. I will look into it. I like so much to discover lesser known games, and there are a lot from the DS era that I don't know.
Then you have a good guest.
Yeah, exactly.
A metal rod attached to the wall was connected to the window.
Attention! Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill. And the fat falls on the open flames. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled. And it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
I need to take a short break. 1 minute.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
He shall be back. Man. I am still thinking on what's going to come. I still know there is one chapter with Nico coming. But I am coming to a point where my vague memories are leaving me. As in, I know and I remember bits of the ending, but I know some bits in Ireland. But then I have some gaps, something missing in my head. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see how much Clement and I remember. And I am keeping an eye on the viewers count, and I'm very happy to see it very steady, and that you guys and girls or anything in between are quite enjoying everything we are playing through. So if you have any suggestions of games we should play or should take a look at, just throw them at us at Discord or in stream chat, or at me on Twitter. I use Twitter because I have been using it for ages now, and I have also built up the audience who follows me on my blog. But let's continue in the museum. Let's look at the artifacts in the museum.
I remembered when that manuscript movie was playing. Man, I had a 486 when I played the game. And 2 pirated CDs, of course. That was the rule in Romania. Man, when I remember on every click I made, he was loading the voices, and you had a pause. The drive, the CD-ROM started reading, and that happened when you stayed longer time in the same room trying to find something, and the CD-ROM stops and then restarted, and I remember the sound, and this happened also with the movies. And man, what times there were. So this happened in around 96, I guess.
I would think that was ages ago, but I was 7 at that time.
I was much old.
No,
let's not say how old.
6.
Okay.
I know you are older than me, so.
Of course. I remember we need to. I mean, we'll come back here at night. This is something that I remember.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory.
Ireland? What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited. As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur. No, no.
Okay. The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum. The attendant had an air.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet?
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
Don't even think of climbing in there, monsieur. You'll be...
You'll be sarcophagated.
To be a mummy.
Okay, let's talk with this one.
Oui, monsieur?
What?
Are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobino does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
What do you make of this tissue?
It is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
I agree.
Do you recognize this ID pass?
No.
Do you recognize this red nose?
I don't think so.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology. Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? Ah, no! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
Yeah, simplicity for theft later.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign
Not
on the
a
tripod
sausage.
says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John D. at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied hard and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on. Do you recognize the man in this
He
photograph?
can be
No,
history.
Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not. Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh no, I don't frequent places like that.
What does this tool mean to you?
That belongs in a museum.
Pardon?
It is a priceless historical artifact, if I am not mistaken.
No, it's a plain old tool for lifting drain covers. Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar, not like Monsieur Lobineau.
Thanks for your help.
I don't remember if you can do something now.
Yeah.
We can, no? Okay.
I think we go to Ireland first.
Ah, okay. So we can't do anything like that.
Hi. I've been to the Crew Museum.
Did you speak to Lobineau?
No, he wasn't there. I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Loch Marn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marn must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the VELOCITA case. If you really think Pegram's gem is important, why don't you visit Loch Marn?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly? Have you found out any more about the murder?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The 2nd week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod. There's a woman, look, but the reflection...
Okay.
A night scroll through my...
Something
There's
new.
a guy working on a loop.
Nah.
Look there, two guys on the same arm.
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
The relationship slowly starts to bloom.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You may.
We're going to Ireland. Look, there's Belgium right underneath the French flag. Fuck you.
I passed the castle on the way into Loch Marne. The castle where Peagram's excavation was located.
This puzzle. What are all these crosses and the one check mark to the left side of the screen?
Now?
No. Click on confirm.
Oh, so.
And open the pause menu. Now.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What even is that? Eh?
Oh. What is this? Maybe something we should look at the end of the game?
Maybe, but I don't see any...
Oh.
It's like a diary of Nico.
Probably it will uncover from it if we advance in the story. But it's a strange place to put it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, this is it for now.
It was a featureless plastic box firmly attached to the wall of the building.
I know that depending on how you solve the puzzle
I tugged at
here,
the plastic cover, but it didn't move.
or one action you can take here will change the dialogue later.
It was a trap door in the sidewalk. I tugged at the trap door, but it was locked from the inside. The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip. Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of the picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run. From me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks. Every last penny. Down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother. Bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I. See what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
Okay. That reference
Have you ever seen
went
this
over
man
my head.
before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seed him.
Have you ever seen anyone wearing one of these?
Sure. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It's a clown's nose. I was almost killed by the guy who wore it.
You should have told the cops.
I did. They weren't interested.
You should run tests on that, mister. You could identify the murderer with a sample of his snot.
Yuck. I don't think so. Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks.
I know when
Father
you
Mahoney
use it.
told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
And I'm not gonna say it.
Hand, that's all.
No way.
I don't remember.
I do.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
That was fast.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Lifting drains.
Dead right. How did you know that?
Work experience course at school. That gives me a choice of going down the drains or up the chimney.
You're kidding. Do you recognize this matchbook, McGuire?
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin or the Gruber Electronics Corporation?
No.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right.
No fucking
You're not
way.
a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No. Only, what do you want to know? Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No.
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Lochmarn.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worse. It was coming from inside the castle.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows.
But
I could have been
Humpty
hiding
had a
anything.
little fall.
I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a
Humpty
rational
Dumpty had a little
explanation
fall.
for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure? Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Now, I don't want to be that annoying guy, but I'm getting pretty tired.
I was thinking the same thing. Let's wrap it up now.
Yeah. It's an excellent place to wrap up at the moment.
Yeah, because we are at the beginning of this area.
Yeah.
And
Shall we continue this tomorrow?
yeah, we'll continue this tomorrow because we decided to concentrate a bit the games, and we'll keep this one for the end of the week, the entire retrospective of Book and Sword series, which we want to do. And other than that, we also have a stream of Denmark that we need to do next week. We couldn't do it this week, but next week we'll do the DLC of Denmark sometime, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see if it's possible. Other than that, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you everyone for being with us. Thank you, Neko, and good night or have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye. Smile and wave.